because let me tell you something. In real life, if that guy would have met with Maya and Maya told him, I know you were talking with the feds, there is no way in hell Maya was going to tell him, but I like you and I'm going to let it pass. Maya would have killed him right there.
Welcome to another episode of Chattin with Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today I got Anthony Luciano Raimondi. And he finally lit the cigar, man.
Yeah, right?
What is it, a special occasion?
No, I'm outside. I'm outside, that's why.
Yeah. So, I want to talk to you today about some of the rackets that you guys had back in the day.
Oh, Bill, before we get into that, I got to clear something up, all right?
Yeah.
Who's the moron who turned around and told you that I wouldn't be able to get near the Pope because his bodyguards would have killed me? Who's the moron?
Someone left a comment like that. They said, you wouldn't be able to get close to the Pope because the security would have killed you.
You got the guy's name?
I don't remember the exact name, but it was a comment left on one of the videos we did.
All right. Well, first of all, let me explain. To the guy who turned around and told you that the Pope's security would have killed me, first of all, it's the Swiss Guard, number one. Number two, if the moron, jerk-off idiot, and jerk-off that he is, who made that comment, if he read my book, he would know that I said that Paul Jacob Marcinkus, who was the head of the Vatican Bank, who was the top cardinal there, was my cousin. All right? Belforte is my cousin. Rubio is my cousin, and Rubino is my cousin. They're all my cousins. They were all cardinals out there in the Vatican. That's how I was able to get next to the Pope with them. That's how I got introduced to him. So, but evidently the moron probably either didn't read my book or the stupid jerk off, he might have read it, but he didn't understand what he was reading. And he's a bigger jerk off because if he listened to my podcast and he didn't understand my podcast, he better go back to fucking school and learn how to read and write. He's a fucking idiot. And if he wants to make another comment, let him to make a comment, tell him to put his name in there, and I'll talk to him. But he's a fucking moron for even saying that. Which shows either he didn't read my book or he didn't see my podcast. And if he read my book and seen my podcast, then his brain couldn't comprehend what he was reading or hearing because he's a fucking moron. Probably got the IQ of a fucking peanut.
People watch things like this and they hear stories and they run with whatever they think the narrative is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you know what? If you're going to make a comment, either read the book or listen to the podcast. This way you know what the hell is being said.
Yeah.
And what the fuck is going on.
People think they know, man.
Angle to everybody, just tell them because I'm in my car right now.
Yeah. So, what are some of the rackets you guys were involved with back in the day?
Oh, we had every fucking thing from shakedowns to loan sharking, extortion, numbers, sports, horses, after-hour clubs, social clubs.
What do you think?
Melting the silver quarters down and taking the silver out of it. You know, years ago, we used to get when silver started going up in value, and we found out that quarters and dimes and 50-cent pieces and $half were all pure silver, we used to melt it down.
You get more money.
Silver. Yeah, and I used to pour it into the little molds that were like troy ounce molds, and we used to sell it. You got to remember, you were getting, say, a 4 quarters, which would be $1. Now, you melt down 4 quarters, you get an ounce of silver. Now, that costs you $1. Now, follow me. It costs you $1. At that time, we were getting like $70, $80 an ounce for silver. We used to pour in the mold and sell it. We would take the quarters. Dimes, $half, every fucking thing, huh?
That's crazy, man.
Yeah,
I've never heard.
It was illegal too, but it was illegal what we were doing also.
Yeah, it's illegal to deface money. Period.
Listen, if I got $1 in quarters, and that $1, if I melt it down and take the silver content down, it's bringing me back $70. I'll melt every fucking quarter I get my hands on. I don't give a fuck, legal or not legal. I'm melting it down.
Me too. I would too.
And even dimes. Dimes used to make. You needed 10 dimes to make an ounce of silver. You melted them down and took all the silver content out of them. Like 50-cent pieces, that was like an ounce of silver, half ounce of silver in there. Silver dollars depends. If they were like Morgan City where they had value, you didn't touch them. If they were regular silver dollar with no value, you melted it down. So that $1 brought you $70. The fuck out of here! I'm not going to melt it down. Why? The government does it.
Hell yeah, I would have did it too, man. Yeah, but where do you get these silver quarters from? They were all over the place.
Well, you got to remember back then when this was around, quarters were all over the place. 50-cent pieces.
Yeah, it was a
They
lot of vending machines and shit.
right. They were making them with silver up until 1964. Up until 1964, we were melting all this down in the 70s. When we found out what was going on, we used to scour guys, tell guys go around, get us the 50-cent pieces, silver dollars, dimes, quarters, and we gathered it all together. We used to go like into a bank. You walk into a bank, you buy a roll of quarters, you get maybe half of them of 1964 at that time. Then 50-cent pieces, and you go back and forth with it.
Yeah, I think it would be hard to get your hands on silver quarters now, man.
Now, yeah, it's very hard now. Yeah, I mean they're like, it's very, very rare if you pull one up outside if you have to buy one.
Yeah.
Then we had another scam with the phony money. We used to have the counterfeit money. We had a printer. We made up. Oh, we had a check writer. We used to make fraudulent checks because we had guys in the bank. So we used to get a check writer. So say the guy at the bank gives me your information. I had the check writer. A check writer is a machine. It used to write the check, and it would be under your account. Now I'd walk into the store, and I'd say buy. Oh, let's say there's a color TV over there at that time. Say it was like $800, and I write them a check, and they look at the check. Okay, let us look at it, and they put it to your account. Oh yes, it's very good. Okay, give them the TV. I mean, we used to go. Meanwhile, your account, I'm charging maybe $150,000 on your account because you got a $2-3 million account, and we're taking your money.
Oh, you attach it to someone else's account.
And then we're like, say, we had a guy in the banks.
Mm-hmm.
So he says, Bill Staxx, this guy's got a checking account. He's worth $6 million. What's his checking account numbers? He gives us all the numbers. We buy the check writer, print out the check. So we walk in the store, we start buying stuff. Every time they look at the check and they
it's off that guy's account.
Right, they check it in, it goes to your account that it's a good check, it's legal, it's a good check, it's not a hot check. Okay, they give you the stuff and you walk out. Meanwhile, I'd sign your name, somebody else would sign your name. We used to walk into jewelry stores and buy watches. $15,000. I'll never forget, we walked into fucking what was it, Cartier in Manhattan. I walked out, I'm talking about this is back in the 70s. Mm-hmm. I saw a Cartier and 18 karat gold watch, solid gold, thick band, loaded with diamonds inside and outside, specially made. At that time, the watch went for about, I think it was about 18,000. I says 18,000. I said, it's not costing me nothing. I walk, I said, give me that watch. Boom, boom, boom. I write out the check. The guy looks at the check. He goes, I'll be right back. He goes in the back. He comes out. He goes, is there anything else you would like to purchase? So right off the top, we had it by the balls. As soon as he says anything, I say, yes, there is. I bought a bracelet. I bought a diamond pinky ring. I spent about $50,000 I spent in the store. In that store. Gave him the check.
Off the other guy's account, right?
Right. As soon as the first check cleared, the guy says, is there anything else you want? Yeah. I went walking out there. I'll tell you what I had. I had a watch. I had a diamond pinky ring. I had a bracelet. And I bought a chain. It was an 18 karat gold, solid gold rope chain. The fucking thing was like real, real thick and heavy. I mean, the thing weighed like, oh, fuck. I'd say it had to weigh about maybe 8-9 ounces easily of gold in it.
9 ounces?
With everything. Huh?
9 ounces?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Of gold. In today's money, you know how much that would go for?
Yeah. Everything cost me $50,000. We walked out of Cartier. I get in the car. My cousin says, what'd you get? And I show you. He goes, what the fuck? I says, I said, when I bought the watch. He had to check it. He says, right. He came back out. He says, is there anything else you would like to buy? I said, so fuck it. We started buying other things. That's all. And we just kept buying and buying. And now,
we had a scheme.
You'll get a bill. And then you would get a bill saying from Cartier. You say, I didn't go to fucking Cartier. And they would mess the thing. They say, well, they got fucked. We used to go, listen to me, we used to go all in the Diamond District. All up in the Diamond District and buy stuff. We used to go down Canal Street. I mean, we went all over the place. We used to go to the Diamond District, and we used to buy like a pinky ring with like a 2-carat diamond in it. Boom. Don't give him no argument. What's the ring? Okay, boom, here's the check. Oh, thank you very much. And then we go to the next guy and the next guy, and we used to move on down the line all over the place.
It's a lot of people doing credit card fraud now, but check fraud. I mean, checks are they're starting to do away with those, right?
Yeah, well, you gotta remember, we're talking about this is in the 70s now.
Yeah, I mean, back then you could get away with damn near anything, man.
Oh, back then, forget about it. It was a score and a half. We used to go to the big department stores. We used to buy maybe 2 or 3 color TVs and give them a check. Okay, fine. They took the check and said, oh, would you like us to deliver it? No, we got a guy to take it. We used to have a guy. We had a guy with us with a truck, and the guy would load it up. We'd say, we're buying this Christmas presents. But when they would see the account, they would say, oh, wow. Hey, this guy's checking account's got $3 million in it. Yeah, this is a good check. It's not a phony check. It's not a forged check. It's a good check. Boom, they give it to us. And the funny part, I'll make you laugh, they would even carry it out to the fucking truck and put it on the truck for us.
Yo,
and I
one
would
of
give
my
them a tip, and I would give the guys a tip. Believe it or not, and I would give the guys a tip, and we would go to the next store. And the next Crazy Eddie's, we took him, and I think we took Crazy Eddie for about $5 million. That's how much
crazy,
checks
man.
we did in the Crazy Eddie stores. I mean, we hit him up for about $5 million.
So you would have people in the banks that would work with you on these schemes.
Yeah, exactly. That's the only way you could do it. That you knew you had a good deal. They worked with us in the bank. Naturally, we threw them a piece of the action. You know, you had to throw them a piece of the action. Nothing is for nothing in this world, but it was well worth it. It was well worth it, man. You know what I'm talking about. You got
Did Meyer put you onto any schemes?
The what?
Did Meyer put you onto any schemes when you met Meyer?
That was Meyer's scheme.
Oh, that was
Meyer
his?
was the one with the melting the silver and the gold and everything. That's all his stuff.
Yeah. Have you?
That's all him.
Did you see the movie yet? The Meyer Lansky movie?
Yeah, I've seen it.
What do you think about it?
Disappointed. A lot of stuff I left out. I was very disappointed. I don't believe half of it. Half of it, I don't. Let's see. I don't believe that Meyer turned around and told this guy. If you remember the scene where he says to him, "I know you've been talking to the feds and all that other bullshit." You
I haven't seen the movie yet. Where did you watch it?
I rented it. I bought it on the cable on my TV.
Yeah, I'm good. I think I'm gonna. Is it worth watching or no?
Well, if you don't know anything about Meyer, I would say it's worth watching. It gives you a little bit of an insight. But the guy who wrote the book, the way he wrote the book, he has it where the FBI came to him and told him they wanted him to find out where the $300 million was that Meyer Lansky had. Anyway, make a long story short, he gets involved with some girl or whatever. And I mean, this totally took away from the story. Him getting involved with this girl, the FBI coming to him, and then he has it where him and Meyer are meeting, and Meyer tells him, "I know you've been talking to the feds, and I know they're looking for the $300 million. You know, there's consequences you have to pay and all this other stuff." And he says to him, Meyer, "But I like you, so let's continue." That's bullshit. He goes, "Let me tell you something. In real life, if that guy would have met with Meyer, and Meyer told him, 'I know you were talking with the feds,'